Alright, I'm gonna try and record this myself, and hopefully this will help you figure out how to get the hoop on the onesie. Probably won't be the greatest video, but this is what I use. I have my onesie and 2 pieces of the stabilizer, and then I use this, and I have my hoop. So the first thing you want to do, use this. This kind of helps you figure out where your image is going to be. So if I want mine up here, this is where my image is going to end up being. The next thing I do, I take this piece and I put it underneath the onesie. Let's get this open. Sorry, it's going to be kind of a weird angle here. Okay, so my hoop is under there, and I kind of get this centered here so I can see it's kind of where I want it. And then you can take this off. You're going to take your stabilizer. A lot of times the stabilizer is too big for onesies, so it helps if you cut about 1 inch or so off of the side. So I'm going to do that. Alright, not sure if you could see that, but this is about how much I ended up cutting off. So I'm going to slide it in here. Your hoop's going to end up moving a little bit when you try to get it adjusted, and that's okay. Alright, so you want to feel around in there, and you can kind of make sure by feeling that your stabilizer is on top of your hoop. You want to make sure it's centered nicely so that way when you push on the top piece, it won't pull the stabilizer out. Okay. So another thing you want to do is just double check after you move it that it's still centered, because sometimes it tends to get a little bit crooked. So I'm not going to worry about it too much here because I'm not actually going to be sewing anything on this onesie. But, okay, it's off-centered a little bit. You can kind of tell by the difference between here and this side. So I'm just going to move it over a little bit. The onesies are a little bit harder just because they're so small. Okay, so then take this, and I usually start pushing kind of at the top. See, I usually do this with 2 hands. I have to hold my camera. Alright. Sorry, hope you don't get sick watching this. Just want to kind of, it's going to be way off centered. It's going to be kind of tight because you're using 2 stabilizers. Okay, so now it's in there, and you can see this is kind of loose. You don't want it to be too loose, so you can kind of pull on the onesie a little bit around it just to make it a little snug. You don't want it too tight, otherwise it's going to mess up. It's not going to look as nice when you get